There are levels to this. I realized that. I mean, I knew that, but Shanks made it painfully obvious that there are levels to this. And I'm going to talk about Yonko and Admiral. We're not talking about that today. We're not going to talk about that for a while. Just leave that where it is. Today, we're talking about levels of haki and just levels of strength that one can attain. I'm assuming everyone has read One Piece chapter 1055. If you're here and you haven't read it, I'm about to spoil you. And if you don't mind being spoiled, then we can continue. So, 1055, we saw maybe the best feat in the series. And I don't want to downplay this. I guess I don't care about overhyping it, but Shanks and what he did, one of the best feats in the series, which, you know, it's funny because people are going to say that as well and agree it's one of the best feats, if not the best feat or haki feat, at least in the series. And the reason why it's one of the best feats is because the admirals and the hype the admirals get, and the admirals being fairly strong combatants, to be able to do that to an admiral is God tier. So today we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about the levels I think the Straw Hats can attain, Straw Hats being Zoro, Luffy, Sanji, Jinbei, but also the levels to haki and where we think Shanks ranks right now. So let me ask you guys, as far as haki and strength, based on what Shanks just showed, where do you put him? Because personally, I'm putting him right at the top. Shanks, from miles and miles and miles away, right? Because he's not docked, he's off the Wano coastline, he's already sailing away, managed to emit direct haki to a Navy admiral, freeze him, right? Stun him, or at least catch him off guard. He was shooketh without even drawing his sword and communicating clearly. That's why we're calling it the haki talkie. He's doing all that from his ship. Of course, he's knocking out his own officers in the meantime, but this is something unlike we've ever seen before. And so guys, I want to point this out. I went back and watched Roger versus Whitebeard, and even Roger versus Whitebeard was not to this level. It wasn't as concentrated. It was leaking, right? And even with Commissari from Roger going against Odin, it was straight up Black Lightning condensed haki. But what Shanks is doing here is turning the leakage, right? That's what we call it. The leakage from the blade or from whatever weapon you have, he is concentrating it to a direct source. So Shanks's haki was able to emanate from his ship to the person he wanted to feel it. Of course, the others could feel it as well, but the person he directly wanted to talk to, apparently, he was able to do that. What is this? We speculated about Black Haki and Advanced Conquerors before it happened, saying, what is that? What was he cooking? We said that. And with this, I think this is a step in showing the next level. People talk about Luffy and his strength, saying Luffy is already caught up to I don't think so. I think Kaido is strong in other areas. I think Shanks definitely has stronger haki than Kaido, but Kaido's more durable. Kaido may be physically stronger. I'm not going to talk about speed because Shanks be pulling some speed feats that we don't even know about, right? Just popping up just wherever he wants to. Like, the map does not mean anything to him. He can pop up in Marijoa in the next 5 minutes if he wants to. Like, this dude, he has some time traveling ability or whatever the hell. Either way, we're going to speculate as to what this thing is. What we're also going to speculate is just how many people are going to subscribe to this channel by clicking that sub button, okay? Now's the time to do so. Look down, make sure you're subscribed, because this is how you get to the next level, okay? You're not just watching the videos and being a lurker. You're actually, you know, just subbing to the boy and supporting. I would greatly appreciate it. Drop a like as well. Now, seriously. So back then, we'd see Roger and Whitebeard do things, and it's like, okay, what is happening? What is leaking off of their blade? With this one, Shanks is directly channeling his haki to communicate. It's very similar to what Luffy did. When Luffy was able to communicate when he was submerged in water, and we were like, okay, is this the voice of all things? But now I'm like, okay, hold up, backtrack. Does Shanks have the voice of all things? Has Shanks managed to combine the voice of all things with Conqueror's haki? Are they one in the same? But personally, I think this is an indicator of the next level. Again, this chapter 1055 was showing us the next level to things. For Green Bull, showing that even if you have a weakness, there's another level you can get to in which you can basically have countermeasures for that weakness. For Law, my personal theory about Law upgrading, right? The next level of his submarine is going to be the ancient weapon Pluton, which is also a submarine. For Luffy, what Shanks is doing is the next level of haki that he would have to get to, in which it is literally emanating and it can affect top tiers. Luffy's haki is very powerful. He just unlocked Advanced Conqueror's haki, so of course he's not the master of it, even though his potential is unlimited. Shanks seems to be able to channel his haki to be able to damage people. Like, I don't think he damaged Green Bull per se, but Green Bull was scared enough that I think, this is my personal thing, Shanks can either travel through his haki, I know this is crazy as hell, travel through his haki, or rather attack through his haki. So he can use his Conqueror's haki and he can channel that Black Lightning, his actual sword attacks through this lightning. I don't know. So the red lightning that we see from Shanks in those games and stuff, I think is canon, bro. I think Shanks can channel his attacks through his black lightning haki, because how else, why else would Green Bull freeze the way he did, right? Or react the way he did? I don't think he was necessarily paralyzed. I think he was shook by just how potent the haki was, but also I think it was clear, based on the illustration, it was clear that Shanks could probably attack Green Bull from where he was. Bro, there's no way you respond to a threat like that unless it was warranted. How does one do this? I think this is limited to Zoro and Luffy. I think they will be able to attain this level of haki control where they can attack from miles away using condensed advanced conquerors. That's what we're calling it. CAC, condensed advanced conquerors, where you're compiling the leakage and you're channeling it and you can actually attack through it. Listen, we already see attacks in One Piece with advanced conquerors where you're attacking without touching, right? So this is the next level where you're attacking without touching, but this is emitting it over a wide range. It's almost like when Gon was using his Jajanken, but when he tries to emit it, it's not his specialty, but he can attack the same way if he could learn how to use it. In this way, Luffy will be able to attack from further using Ryo. So he had to get fairly close to Kaido to attack him without even touching him. Shanks can do this from miles away. Listen. I don't know how Blackbeard is gonna win against this man. Okay, because this dude has the perfect power to counter Blackbeard, because Blackbeard, we know he's a devil fruit genie. At this point, this nigga could just pull out devil fruits out his ass. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if both his ass, anyway, it's actually crazy. People that are Sanji stans or Sanji fans, don't be alarmed or be upset. Sanji will find a way to keep up in his own way, right? More understanding of his body. I think Sanji will actually develop even more exoskeleton techniques where you can mimic what Zoro and Luffy can do, but not necessarily do the same things. I think those two will be specialists in that area where they'll be able to emit that black advanced Conqueror's haki, where Sanji, we know for a fact, as of right now, he does not have Conqueror's haki. So when we think about levels as well, like how many people do you think have attained this level of haki? I think obviously Roger and Whitebeard, we just haven't seen it yet. Old is using Shanks to showcase this. We can assume Shiki, Big Mom, and Kaido, I don't think they have this level of haki because they're physical monsters. So they never had to attain this level because they also have devil fruits. Rayleigh, that's the tricky one because I think Shanks is an upgraded Rayleigh. I think he's definitely stronger. People can try to argue me down. The feats speak for themselves at this point. Rocksteady Zebek, we could argue, but I'm going to assume he was a devil fruit user. I don't know. Only really special people can achieve this level of haki whilst having a devil fruit, right? Zoro's going to be able to do this, and Luffy, but Luffy's just, he's a god. That's why he can do it. Zoro doesn't have a devil fruit. Garp definitely could. I'm not sure about Sengoku. Dragon, we gotta wait and see. But guys, when you think about levels of haki, right, and you think about Rio, you think about unseen haki, and we're talking about armament right now. I'm not sure how many haki you can combine, right? I'm not sure if Shanks is actually combining Conquerors with observation haki, which it has to be playing a part because he knew Green Bull and where he was. So it could be Conquerors combined with observation, right? But being able to channel it. So he's creating a path. I don't want to talk about other anime. Typically, we're going to talk about One Piece because One Piece fans are rabid. You know, Demon Slayer in the anime, at least, they somewhat illustrate the path to victory where it's like a thread that you can find. It seems like Shanks is creating that path, that opening to attack. Bro, it seems broken, but we have Luffy that can grab lightning out of the sky and turn it to rubber seemingly and use it to attack. I think this is what Zoro and Luffy can look forward to. Again, they already have advanced Conquerors, right? Zoro doesn't seem to have the Conquerors that's unable to touch, but King didn't have Conquerors haki, so we have to wait and see. He'll get there. And then being able to utilize that black leakage and channel it and create a path, that's going to put these guys on a completely different level. That's why I don't think Luffy's necessarily beating these Yonko 1v1 straight up yet, because there's obviously another level to get to. And even with controlling his devil fruit, Luffy will be the strongest person ever in a One Piece story. It's clear to me. And Zoro might be up there as well. Not might be up there. Zoro will be up there as well. It's just a question of whether or not he'll be 2 or like 5. You know what I mean? So does that mean Zoro surpasses Roger and Whitebeard? I don't know. I don't know. But guys, give me your thoughts. What do you think about this haki leakage? What do you think about Zoro and Luffy getting to that level? But also, do you think Rayleigh is as strong as Shanks? Or I guess Shanks is strong as Rayleigh because Rayleigh is older. It's a bit peculiar, I'm not gonna lie.
I start doubting me, I felt lost. I rewrite